John Beltran, Jen Goodall back from Moby Arena in Fort Collins. The B-Digger starting lineup is brought to you by T.O. Charlie's. See T.O. Charlie's for a great used car truck. If you don't see what you want on the lot, they'll find it for you at T.O. Charlie's at 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. The B-Diggers going with their same starting five. The 6-foot senior guard Colby Waitert, along with 5'9" junior guard Gregory Mayers. And the B-Diggers will also have in the front court 6'4" senior forward C.J. Kukas, 6'2" sophomore Mitch Tormolen, and the 5'11" senior guard Joe Rosenbrock in the backcourt. As for Roaring Fork, they go with 6-foot senior guard Dalton Hanley, along with Clay Gross, a 5'9" junior guard, Jake Strack Lorcher, a 6'4" senior center, Trey Moxley, a 6'5" sophomore forward, and Dakota Gretz, a 5'9" sophomore guard. Roaring Fork in their home whites with the gold trimming and some navy blue numerals are coached by Larry Williams. The assistants Larry Black and Kevin Broadhurst. The B-Diggers in their road maroons coached by Dan Kennedy, and the assistants are George Muscle and Ken Garcia. The opening tip is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance, locally in Fort Morgan and Brush, offering home, health, auto, farm, business, and workers' compensation insurance. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. And again, this could boil down to what we saw yesterday. Which team is going to have the run? Valley had the significant run, 11-0 to begin the fourth. And in a game where teams are fairly evenly matched, you look for that small stretch of time where one team takes over. Jumping center are C.J. Kukas and Strack Lorcher. And this consolation semifinal from Fort Collins is underway, and C.J. Kukas, as he usually does, controls the tip. There's Gregory Mayers with the basketball on the outside right to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock dribbling to his right. Pressure over there. Right baseline, Waitert penetrates, cut off by Strack Lorcher. Down low to Tormolen, back out to Rosenbrock on the left wing. Gregory Mayers with the basketball near the timeline to Rosenbrock, dribbling to his right. Bounce pass right corner. Waitert double team. Back out Rosenbrock. Left wing Mayers. Left baseline Kukas, 12-footer, is well short. And there's a fight for the rebound. Tormolen saves it in beautifully to C.J. Kukas. The B-Diggers will reset. Rosenbrock with the basketball near the timeline. Jump pass to Mayers. Mayers on the outside left. Mayers looking, dribbling to his right. Bounce pass to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock on the high right. Over to Mayers. Bounce pass left baseline for Kukas. Penetrates, cut off by Strack Lorcher. Turns, shoots wildly, and scores. Holy mahungus, how did he make that off the glass? He just threw it up there. But Kukas was able to score. Ill-advised shot, in my opinion, Jen, but he scored anyway. On the outside right is Gross with the basketball. Gross on the high right against Rosenbrock. I mean, that was outstanding defense. Handy near the top of the key. Back out to Strack Lorcher. Hands it off to Handy. Handy dribbling to his right. Against Gregory Mayers. Bounce pass to Gross. Gross to Lorcher. Into lane. Strack Lorcher all the way. Banks and misses. The rebound and putback is up and in off the glass by Trey Moxley. And the game is deadlocked at 2. Here come the B-Diggers the other way. 6.5 to go in the opening quarter. Waitert on the outside right with the basketball. Dribbles to his right. Picks up his dribble. Overhead pass to the left wing to Mayers. Mayers on the right wing to Waitert. Fakes a three. Bounce pass right baseline to Kukas. Back out to Waitert. On the left wing, Mayers dribbles into the lane. Back out on the bounce pass to Tormolen. Right wing to Waitert. Here's Kukas. Right baseline. Good. 15-footer for C.J. Kukas. Maybe that shot he made is going to get him on track here.
I told you before, when you're a shooter and you see that first ball go, that's pretty much all you need.
4-2 Brush, under 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter in this 3A consolation semifinal for Moby Arena. With the basketball's Handy inside the three-point line. On the outside right to Gross, dribbling to his left. Gross left of the lane. In the left corner, here's Dakota Gretz. Penetrates, reverse layup is going to be off the top of the backboard, and the ball lands in the hands of Colby Waitert. B-Diggers want to run. Waitert behind his back. Waitert was stripped, and now the ball is loose, and it's into the hands of Clay Gross. Gross over to Moxley, left of the lane, and then he traveled. Dakota Gretz actually on the travel. So both teams commit turnovers there in a 25-second stretch.
Well, and Roaring Fork is doing something we don't see very often, which is a 1-3-1 zone, so we're having to complement that with a 2-1-2 offense.
Waiter with a basketball, dribbling to his left, cross court to Mayers. Mayers just beyond midcourt now in the left wing. Bounce pass to Rosenbrock, left baseline, down low to Kukas. Jump pass, Waiter. Right wing three is up. Good. He knew it when it left his hand, and Waiter scores. And the Bead Diggers now lead 7-2. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the opening quarter. John Beltran with Jen Goodall from Moby Arena in Fort Collins. Lorscher turns, shoots, around, no good. Colby Waitert has the rebound for the Bead Diggers. The Bead Diggers up by 5, 7-2 over Roaring Fork. 4:52 to go in the opening quarter. Kukas jump pass, and that is out of bounds. And the Bead Diggers commit their second turnover. Roaring Fork basketball.
Hey, I caught that. Saved your life.
Yeah, I had the hand right there. We were both on that one. Clay Gross with the basketball. That's why we're a team there. You know, a good team.
A little fist pump there.
On the left wing with the basketball is Sam Carpenter into the game. The entry pass is poked away. Here come the Bead Diggers. Needens to Mayers. Mayers left baseline. He's going to be cut off over there. He's going to feed Needens. Needens for Mayers, dribbling back towards the top. Mayers with the basketball will set up the Bead Digger offense, leading 7-2 on the outside right to Waitert. Right corner for Needens. Bounce pass back out to Waitert. Left wing for Mayers. Mayers left corner for Kukas. Cross court to Waitert. Right wing three, no good. And the ball is tipped around once, twice. Needens has it. Here's Waitert in the lane. Scoops it down low to Kukas, who banks and scores. And the Bead Diggers now lead 9-2. But Kukas now with 6 in the game. And the Bead Diggers looking very good in the early going. Clay Gross with a basketball and a timeout called by head coach Larry Williams. And Brush has come out strong in the opening 4 minutes of the game, Jen, leading 9-2, a 30-second timeout.
Well, they're doing a lot better job with that 2-1-2 offensive set, that they're taking their time. They're waiting for the breakdown in the zone. And anytime you offset a zone with the one person on top running back and forth and the two wings having to go low and high, you're going to find a seam and there's going to be a breakdown or an overload, especially with a cross-court pass, which is where they've been finding Whaler. So they've been doing a good job of taking their time. This offensive set has been about a minute and a half the last few times that they've been down.
I don't know if they look any more relaxed today than they did yesterday at this time, because they were down 4-0 early. Yeah, they were.
But, you know, I see the spark a little bit in their eyes. You can look in their eyes and kind of see what they're after. And that's the same look that we've seen in the other previous games other than yesterday.
Well, the last time the Bead Diggers lost a tournament quarterfinal was in the Patriot League tournament, and they responded with 2 victories over Meade and Platte Valley to earn 5th place. So they've been in this situation before very recently, and now they're trying to do the same here against Roaring Fork, a team that only lost by 4 points to Jefferson Academy, 48-44. And Carpenter throws it into Gross. Gross into the front court on the outside left to Sam Carpenter. Back out to Trent Reeds into the game. Reeds to Handy. On the outside right to Gross. Free throw line to Reeds. That shot is up and in. That's a 15-footer for Trent Reeds. And the Bead Digger lead is down to 5. Rush 9, Roaring Fork 4. 3:33 to go in the opening quarter. Mayers just across the timeline. Outside right to Needens. Fakes the 3. Bounce pass near midcourt to Mayers. Mayers is double team. Jump pass over to Waitert. Waitert to the outside left. Dribbling in the left corner for Kukas. Now back out to Mayers. He'll take the wide open 3 off the back of the rim. And the rebound into the hands of Clay Gross. Good look there by Mayers. Just missed it.
Yep.
Gross into the front court. Outside right to Carpenter. Carpenter with a basketball on the high right, looking, dribbling to his left. He's going to dribble at the free throw line on the outside left to Gross against Colby Needens. In the left corner with the basketball is Carpenter. Carpenter against Wailert. Back out to Handy against Mayers. Lobs it down low. With the basketball is Strack Lorscher, and he puts it up off the glass and misses off that little spin move, and he's fouled. I think the foul was committed by C.J. Kukas. It was. So to the line is Jake Strack Lorscher. Your full-service florist with a whole lot more is the Flower Peddler. Come in and see what's in store at 322 Main Street in downtown Fort Morgan. The Flower Peddler, the free throw is good. Checking back in is Dakota Gretz in for Clay Gross. So it's Gretz, Carpenter, Strack Lorscher, along with Dakota Handy And let's see the fifth member out there, bent at the waist. Second free throw by Strack Lorscher is up, and that's good. And that fifth member out there is Trent Reeds. And now Strack Lorscher is out. And back into the game is Trey Moxley. The Bead Diggers come in with Tyler Monday, 9-6. Brush with 2:38 to go in the opening quarter. Needens with the basketball, cross court to Waitert. Waitert looking in the left corner on the bounce pass to Kukas. Right wing Needens, wide open three. Good. Colby Needens has been drilling triples with regularity. He does it again. And Brush now leads 12-6. He was 2 for 2 from three-point range yesterday. At least I think he might have missed one in the fourth. But so did all the Bead Diggers, unfortunately. Handy with the basketball, loses it, gets it back, maintains the dribble. The lob down low for Moxley, and a shot is blocked by Kukas. The ball is loose, but it's taken away over there by C.J. Kukas after Carpenter lost the basketball. Here come the Bead Diggers. Waiter's on the outside left. 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Brush 12, Roaring Fork 6. Rosenbrock is fouled along the left baseline, fouled by Trent Reeds. And that'll be his first. And to throw it in will be Rosenbrock. Go defense! Rosenbrock in the left corner for Kukas. Back out to Waitert. Lobs it for Kukas, and the pass was too high, but taken away by Monday, and the shot blocked out of there. And Dakota Gret has the basketball for Roaring Fork. On the outside right here is Handy. Handy back out, the straightaway fake over there by Gret. Back out to Handy. Steps in, the little runner's up, and too deep. Kukas has the rebound for the Bead Diggers. Kukas with his first board of the game. The outlet to Waitert. Waitert with a basketball across the timeline. 1:27 to go in the opening quarter. Brush 12, Roaring Fork 6. Rosenbrock outside right to Waitert. Right corner Needens, wide open three. And that is off the rim, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Trey Moxley of Roaring Fork. There's the outlet to Carpenter. Carpenter into the front court. On the outside right to Handy. Dalton Hanley with the basketball. Lobs it right to the free throw line for Reeds. Back out to Handy. Fakes the three, steps in. Picked off there by Rosenbrock and cut off by Rosenbrock over to Carpenter. In the left corner, back out to Gret. Up top to Handy against Rosenbrock. 52 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Gret with a basketball in the right corner at the free throw line for Reeds. Reeds dribbles in the lane all the way, scoops it up, and partially blocked. Taken away by Moxley, and he shoots and scores. Moxley on the left side of the basket. He's got 4. The Bead Digger lead is down to 4, 12-8. 31 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Rosenbrock outside right, Waitert. He'll take the three. That's good. Colby Waitert drills another triple. The Bead Diggers have 3 in the opening quarter and lead 15-8. 20 seconds to go. With Brush up by 7. Handy between his legs across midcourt. Picked up by Rosenbrock on the outside right to Gret. Gret with 10 seconds to go. Lobs it down low over everybody out of bounds. Intended for Moxley. Turnover number 4 for Roaring Fork. And now let's see the Bead Diggers can build to a 9 or a 10-point lead. Coyote Cohen into the game for Brush along with Vince Albo. So Waitert is out. Maybe Needens can make his third 3 here. Mayers into the front court. 5 seconds to go. Over to Needens with 3. Lobs it to Mayers. Mayers going to have to put it up. Feeds Needens. Now he'll take the 3. Good for Colby Needens. He did drill a triple. And the Bead Diggers now lead by a score of 18-8. Needens scoring for the Bead Diggers, his second triple of the opening quarter. The Bead Diggers nailed 4. We'll take a break here. Brush 18, Roaring Fork 8 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.